Once there was a woman called Sedna. She was a very beautiful woman, and she lived in the very, very cold lands of the Arctic, in a village with her father and her mother. And as she was that beautiful, there were many, many men who wanted to marry her. But she didn't want to marry any of them, and she always sent them away after a small, short visit. But then one day came a very handsome man. And he was very convincing, and he talked a lot about all the good things that he would give Sedna if she'd marry him. He would give her a very nice place to live, and furs for the coat, and nice food and drink. And she decided it was time to get married, and she went with him, saying goodbye to her mother and her father. And after a very long journey, they arrived at this very desolate place. And then the man, who was not really a man at all, but a god, a bird god, turned into his rightful form, a bird, and told her that now she was his prisoner. And she was living now inside of this, almost like a nest made of twigs, and there was no fur for her to be warm in the cold, only pieces of feathers. And the bird would only give her small scraps of fish and not really that nice food that he promised her. And she was really unhappy. One day, her father decided to visit his daughter because he hadn't seen her in such a long time. And when he arrived, the bird was not there. And he saw his daughter in that state, that terrible state, and he said, no, we have to get away. And he untangled her, and they started to leave. And they went to the shore and went into a small kayak where her father had come. And when they started rowing away, the bird started to come after them with his gigantic wings. And he would fly and fly on top of them, and the waves of the sea started to rise and become gigantic waters. And the father of Sedna was really, really scared, and he was afraid that the kayak would tumble and it would turn down. So he took Sedna and he threw her off the boat. But she grabbed the side of the boat, screaming for her father. But he was so scared of the bird and the waves that he took a small machete and he cut all of her fingers one by one. And as she was sinking to the bottom of the sea, the stumps of her fingers started to create all the creatures that live under the sea. The fish, the seals, the walruses, and the whales. And all of these creatures now protected Sedna and obeyed her. For now she was the goddess of the underwater. And to this day, the Inuit people, when they want to hunt, they need to ask for Sedna the permission to hunt her animals. And when she's in a good mood, she will send many, many seals and fish and whale. But when she's tired, when she cannot take it anymore, the shaman from the tribe has to go down, deep, deep down into the icy, icy waters. And he has to untangle her hair and braid it very gently, very slowly. Because now, as Sedna doesn't have her fingers, she doesn't have any way to comb her hair. So the shaman does that for her. And that makes her really, really happy again. And so the tribe has food again.